for those of you who don't know who Palo Alto Networks is, just let me indulge a little. We are the largest cybersecurity company on the planet. And one of the things that we do, which is very, very important, is we collect telemetry from our 100,000 plus customers. The reason we do this is to have insights and the ability to proactively see a threat before it comes. And this is really important. The cyberspace for many years has been reactive. Our position is to be proactive. The reason I share this information with you is GenAI, the adoption of AI, is one of the newest threat vectors and landscapes which hackers are highly focused on. Our role, as it relates to artificial intelligence, is to provide the visibility, that's key, to provide the confidence, so your customers, your cohorts, your citizens, your employees are using the AI products with confidence, and lastly, the trust. So visibility, confidence, and trust. My presentation is about not stopping the adoption of AI, it's about how to harness the possibilities of AI without being compromised. And this is really important because most of the hacks we see in the world at the moment are related to the adoption of AI, and we have to understand this. So here's what's very interesting, and this is a little bit outdated, but imagine within 2 years, 1 billion people adopted some form of AI app. That's quite phenomenal. It's mind-boggling. We have never seen an adoption rate this quick ever. And the AI adoption falls into 2 major buckets. You will have employees that are accessing GenAI applications. You may even have children that are using GenAI applications to answer questions, to do homework, etc., wrongly or rightly. They're doing this. And you have enterprises that are creating GenAI or AI applications into their work environment. They're the 2 scenarios that we typically see playing out at the moment. Now, here's the interesting part. And again, I think this is massively understated. This was in February 2024. 57% of employees are using some form of public AI. Now, I would suggest these are the instances that we are aware of. There are many cases in your work environment, your employees are accessing GenAI, and you may not even be aware of it. And it's happening. I see this personally myself when I'm on the road visiting customers. But here's the thing. There is no doubt that AI and the adoption of it helps you with increased productivity. So for ourselves, Palo Alto Networks, we have AI in our workplace. So for example, our expense claims, low risk are auto-approved. Many repetitive tasks we apply AI. So there's definitely a possibility to improve productivity. The other part is collaboration. We use AI throughout our workplace to collaborate. We are dispersed, we're across the region. I run a region of 9 countries. We're using AI all the time in terms of collaborating. And it's transformed how we do marketing. I mean, this slide deck, how it came together, we're taking advantage of AI. So there's immense advantages in AI. But remember, visibility, confidence, trust. Now, why do I say this? So for example, we have seen since 2024, and remember what I said, we're collecting telemetry and information on the threat landscape. We are seeing these threats in real time. We have seen an 890% increase in GenAI traffic. And these organizations have limited or no visibility of this traffic. So imagine, you can't see something is happening. How do you prevent an accident? Difficult, right? We have also seen unapproved GenAI apps being used. Again, I think this is personally understated. And because of this, we're seeing many, many new attack types, attack vectors we've never seen before, totally new, highly sophisticated, fast, scalable, hard to detect. That's what we're dealing with. Now, some simple things is what people don't realize. When you use GenAI to ask a question, you're uploading data. Okay, I mean, this is how you take advantage of GenAI. But unknowingly, what typically happens, you are uploading confidential IP from your company. Once it's uploaded, where do you think it goes? Anywhere, right? And can you bring it back down? No, okay? So this is often overlooked. So your employees may be doing things not even knowing that they're uploading confidential information to GenAI to ask a query. And this is kind of scary, and this is happening, believe me. So typical example, data uploads to apps like this. It happens all the time. The other one is, when you're using GenAI, you may be plugging into unauthorized apps or applications that is giving data access. So again, unknowingly, through a plugin, you're allowing a third party to access part of your environment, your data, your IP, etc., in order to run that particular AI model, etc. Again, unknowingly. Very, very common. Now, remember what I said. My role here is not to scare people or prevent AI. Our role here is to provide the guardrails to ensure you have the visibility, the confidence, and the trust. We want people to adopt and use AI in a manner that's safe. When cars were first created, they didn't have seat belts. Okay, it was an option. You want a seat belt? It was an option to add to the car. You buy a car now, the seat belt is not an option, it's a must. Likewise, we want to make sure AI is adopted and used in a way that is safe, which means, do you understand what applications your employees are using? Do you actually know? Typically, the answer is, I think I know, or I definitely know. But the reality is not the case. By knowing what applications are being used, you then can understand from a visibility standpoint where you could be attacked. You can stop the sensitive data being shared or inadvertently being uploaded. And lastly, you want to secure this data in a safe place so it may not be compromised. And, what we call this approach is AI access security. So remember I talked about data protection, you want visibility, and you want to ensure you understand the attack surface. Do you understand the points of compromise? Most organizations, as you launch AI applications, don't even know where they could be compromised because it's something completely new, okay? So remember what I talked about. Greater visibility. Policies to ensure that the right framework is in place, that what is on the sanction list that can be used, what cannot be used. You're protecting the data all the time, and you're using a platform. I'll talk about a platform shortly, why this is important. But a platform approach, what I mean is everything is integrated, is also very important, because if it's not integrated, hackers will take advantage of poor integrations or blind spots. Now, this, behind me, is a typical schematic of app architecture when AI agents are used in your organization. What is happening now is organizations, when launching AI applications, are introducing many, many new things that previously did not exist. So you'll have your web, your apps, your data, your large language models, infrastructure, etc. Fairly standard. What most people don't realize, and this is seen from our research dealing with customers, these are the points of compromise. If you may note, it was quite funny, we were sharing the slide deck yesterday with the event organizer. They said, is there a mistake with this slide? Actually, there's not a mistake with this slide. Every point is a potential threat. So you have a look. I could randomly pick, for the infrastructure, you could be compromised access control. In the large language models, you could be compromised prompt inject, in the memory, and the action, and the data, and the web. These are all areas that are new points of compromise that most organizations are absolutely unaware of. And this is real. We deal with customers that are dealing with this currently now, and they were not even aware. So, again, to the event organizers, no, this is not a mistake. This is actually the threat landscape now, and this is what's happening. So, our goal here is to know where all of your AI assets are, what AI products are being used in your environment, to protect the apps and the models and secure the data. These are the three things that we focus on all the time, these three core tenets. And this is what's happened in the market. AI products have been launched at a rapid pace. You saw the 1 billion within 2 years. And the security vendors have responded with lots of point solutions. A point solution to handle large language models, a point solution to handle data, a point solution to handle model scanning, etc. And that's been the typical approach any security problem in the world, be it may the network, be it may your mobile device, be it may your laptop, etc. The problem with point solutions is how well are they integrated? There are always blind spots, and hackers find these blind spots. So this is the problem with point solutions. But point solutions exist because they're a rapid response to fix a problem. The last time there was a rapid response in the market was, remember, during COVID. We all went online with digitization. Suddenly, all of us were buying services online. Point products handled the potential point of compromise. Same thing with AI, point solutions. And the problem with these point solutions, they have many, many gaps, which speaks to the point. We look at this holistically, okay? So we call it Prisma Airs. We want everything at a single point to understand what's the agent security, what's the model scanning, what's the large language models, how's the data being handled, all in a single place, because these are related points. If you don't understand this, the hacker will take advantage of this, and this is what happens. And, at the end of the day, remember I talked about visibility. You want to know where your AI products are. You have to know what's being used. If you do not know what your employees are using, if you don't know what your children are using, how do you protect them? Difficult, right? You want to protect against all of the risks. You want to protect the data, the crown jewels of your company. AI is fundamentally about data. So how the data is being shared and used, and if that gets compromised and shared with other parties, this is a big, big problem. So we want to protect the data. And of course, best of class. With that, I hope you feel less scared of the world of AI. I honestly believe we're at an interesting point in history. I have never seen something so rapidly being adopted. It is changing the world as we see it today. I mean, I just walked through the convention center. It amazes me the amount of booths here. But what I want to highlight, we need to do this in a manner that's secure. We need to do it in a level of visibility, confidence, and trust. I don't want to stop AI, but I want to make sure we do it in a safe manner. And with that being said, thank you very much. Have a wonderful conference. Thank you.